And share my screen. Okay. Everybody seeing screen okay?
Yep.
All right. Well, let me do one more thing. Way I could move this. There we go. This out of the way so we can see. Well, Paula, let's start with you since you got to take off.
Oh, that's nice.
This was actually taken at Animal Kingdom in Florida, Walt Disney World.
Ah,
This was actually used to be a boat launch that would take people around the tree of life, as it were, up and around there.
mhm.
But I just took a picture of that. I softened the foreground and some of the sky so the building popped a little more.
Hmm,
Color's awesome. Yeah.
that's nice.
Thank you.
Looks like it might be running downhill to the left a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, no biggie, just
I
rotate
can
it.
go in and straighten it up a bit.
Yeah,
You wouldn't know that's a theme park.
no, no. Nice, okay.
This was a cardinal that was flying around in the backyard,
Mhm.
and I just used the vignette to try and crop it a little more and bring it in a little more centered.
Mhm.
I like your use of that white vignette.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the vignette too. Did you play with the feathering on it? To
I
get it-
did not. I probably should have.
Yeah, I think it falls off maybe a little hard.
Okay.
Yeah, just play with the feathering just a bit. And sometimes you can feather it to a point where it really has a nice gradient, and then you may have to go back and adjust the size and the intensity
Hmm.
based on that. Usually I'll make it really, really overdone, and then I'll feather the way I want it, and then I'll do the size, and then I'll where I like it.
So that's basically along the edge of the vignette to soften it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Nice Christmas card. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that would make a nice card.
Yeah.
You need a little snow on the
No, a little bit of snow.
I guess
And
we get some-
AI snow, even.
Yeah, just call home. Maybe they'll send some down. No, thanks.
There is no snow up there just now, so.
Good.
And I don't remember what beach this was. It was, I don't know if it was low tide, high tide, or when, but I just went in and brought out some of the blues and textures and stuff in the water and let the sky go a little out.
Oh, nice. So is this one of those really long tides where
Yeah,
and it's fairly shallow?
yep,
Yeah, it's really pretty. It almost looks like an aerial shot, but then you'd think those would be really big waves.
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, I like the textures.
thank you.
Yeah, it looks that nice.
This guy was in one of the bird of area cages things that they have. I don't remember if it was taken, I think it was taken in Florida.
Mhm.
And I just cropped it up and brought out a little more of his yellow body and
Got a little band on its leg, hasn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
That's what I was just noticing.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, it's in one of those cage. They can't escape, and I think that's if they escape, they
Looks
might
like
help
it's
find them.
lying down, getting some a suntan.
Yeah. But anyway, that's I did some major cropping because that really fell off a lot on the right-hand side.
Uh-huh. Yeah, looks like your primary focus is probably right about here too. Or maybe even here, and then it falls off to about here.
Yep.
And just out of curiosity, I wonder if Topaz AI might sharpen this up or not. I don't know.
Now, you said last week or last time, Sandy, that you didn't like the AI in Topaz, didn't you?
Sometimes,
Um,
you know, I'm getting some weird artifacts in it. And of course, I just updated it again, so it might not be true. But I was getting like these vertical bands when I was using raw images in it
Hmm.
for whatever reason. Turn this off. There we go. Okay. Let's just take it down. So we want to see. All right. So it found the subject. If you just mouse over it, you'll see it. And you
Mhm.
can adjust it if it's too much or not enough. Yeah, let's see. Let's remove noise and sharpen. So I don't think there's much noise in there. So let's turn that off. Let's turn on sharpening. Select subject. Okay, so I'm going to open this up by clicking that little arrow there. There. And we want to sharpen just the subject, not the background.
Mhm.
And looks like it did a little bit. Let's take it up a little more and see what happens. Okay, let's crank it up and just see what it does. Yeah, looks like it's helping a bit.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wonder if we can go more without getting too many artifacts in there. Yeah, it's starting to look a little overdone. Let's try about 75. Yeah, I think that works. All right, let's take a look. Save image. Let's see if we can do it to the desktop. Let's see here. Is it done? Change the interface on this too. So save to original folder. No, I want to change that. It's going to let me? No. Oh, well, I guess for purposes of this class, we don't need a downloader. And let's see if we can export it again. Maybe it'll let me do it. There we go. Browse. Just take it to the desktop.
Excuse me.
Where's my desktop? Ah. Put in downloads. All right. Let's put that. Let's go to downloads real quick here. I don't know why desktop's not my favorites, but
Mhm.
huh, I'm not seeing it here. So obviously it didn't do it. Well, all right. Wish I could move this thing, but it doesn't want to go anywhere. All right. So at least we know that it's workable if we try that. Did a fairly decent job. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, Paula.
great, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, play around with it, that vignette a little bit, see what you get.
All righty.
Okay. Well, Kim's right here.
The first four are from the botanical, Tucson Botanical Gardens.
Okay.
So that's a begonia. Took it into Topaz. The filter I put on it is a cracked fresco.
Mhm.
And I just took, it made everything a little softer, didn't get the hard, took away the hard edges of the flower, and I just kind of like the look that it gave it. Everything.
Yeah. Almost looks like those pastry things that you
Yeah.
decorate with. It's kind of neat. I like the colors.
Yeah, color's nice.
Mhm.
That pink just kind of, the pink and green just sort of
Hmm.
really caught my eye.
Hmm.
Shooting on my monitor. Oh,
Probably.
wow. This is at the Botanical Gardens too, and that bike is just up against one of the buildings. And so, took it into Photoshop first, camera raw, to play with the colors a bit. And then, put two topaz filters on it, the chalk filter and a Degas filter,
Hmm.
just to give it a kind of impressionist painterly.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's see.
Works good.
Yeah.
I love the color of the bike, yeah.
Yeah,
That is nice.
that Degas filter's really cool.
Yeah, I also used a brush in the mask to take away on the bike frame, you could see Cannondale.
Mhm.
So I kind of toned that
Oh,
way
right.
down,
Yeah.
get the name out of it.
Mhm. Yeah, that works well. Almost looks like you got a little motion on the pedal too.
Yeah, it's just the coloring of that,
Yeah,
kind of interesting.
yeah, good.
And
Make
then
that a
it's
little
a
smaller. There we go.
Dahlia, I believe, flower.
Mhm.
Or cool, no, excuse me, yeah, dahlia, but a cooler tree dahlia. And then, put a Cezanne filter on that. I was just, with the flowers and stuff, I was just going for impressionist looks.
Mhm.
It's really,
Yeah,
Mhm.
Very, very nice, yeah.
it worked out well.
Where was this taken?
the Tucson Botanical Gardens.
Tucson, okay.
Oh,
So then I was actually standing on a short wall and shooting to look down at this flower because they were hanging. So
Yeah.
I'm standing above it and shooting down.
Nice.
so which program has the Degas and the Cezanne and all that?
Topaz Studio 2.
Topaz.
Yeah, they don't make it anymore, but if you have any of their other products, I think you can still download it. You just
Mhm.
have to log in to activate it. Yeah, they stopped,
It's a fabulous program, yeah.
yeah, all their creative stuff. They had another one before that too, Just AI or something. I don't know, but they're all gone. They don't support them anymore. Yeah, me too. I think they'd have some legacy. Yeah. The AI or the Just AI just stopped working on Macs. I don't know if it still does on the PC.
Really?
So, yeah, so part of their compensation was to give you the photo AI as a free upgrade, because a number of the programs stopped working because they just stopped, improving them and updating them. So, so I guess they're going more for adjustment and noise reduction now.
Rather than all.
Yeah, all the creative stuff. Yeah, which is too bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this.
This is
Nice.
at Botanical Gardens, also the butterfly exhibit.
Mhm.
And this is a tree nymph butterfly. And other than having to take dehaze to it, because if you've ever gone in there to take pictures, your camera lens keeps fogging up.
Yeah, you gotta give it a little while to adjust.
Oh my gosh, even after a while.
My glasses fogged up.
Yeah, fogged
Yeah.
glasses too. But then took it into camera raw and just brought the colors out a bit more, but otherwise I didn't do anything.
Looks
Yeah.
great.
to do it.
Was there quite a few butterflies here, Kim?
A fair amount, not a whole lot, but enough, and I can't remember, there's one variety that just, you can hardly get a picture of, because they hardly land on anything, they're just flying around the whole,
Mhm.
so they're really pretty. But I caught two or three that I managed to get with their, on something with their wings spread. But I just like this, because I just love the variety of colors.
Yeah.
Those little pink flowers help
Mhm.
too. Yeah. Very nice.
And how you get so close is amazing.
Yeah, I had my 16 to 300 on, so I was extended quite a bit.
Handheld, or you got
Oh,
to try
Yeah,
handheld?
you can't take a tripod in.
Yeah, I don't think they let you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you didn't hear
That's
me
nice.
do my happy dance when I saw this. Vermilion flycatcher out at Kanoa.
Yeah,
Like, and trying to think of what I should have brought my settings with me. I think about 1/500th or 1,000 of a second. And I just kept, he was on that branch and I just kept shooting in multiple mode, hoping I'd catch him as he took off, and I got lucky.
You got lucky. It's a great shot.
It is a
Nice.
great shot. It's amazing that even at that shutter speed, his wings are still beating the
yeah.
shutter.
I bet you that's 1,000th of a second.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So-
his wings are probably like a 4,000.
Sandy, what about any cropping to further emphasize the bird? What do you think on coming in from the left?
Well, I'd bring in the left. I'm looking at the bottom too. I don't know if that bowing branch helps or not.
yeah, it's cropped a fair amount, and I kept debating about that one on the left.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe something like
Like
that.
that?
Yeah, somewhere in there, yeah. Just kind of bring it in a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think that helps.
Yeah,
Good call, Dave.
Great shot.
thanks, Dave.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, I think that's it. right?
Indeed.
Yeah,
Sure.
let's see
Can't
here.
remember what I said.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Kim, that's your picture, right?
yes,
I think we were just talking about the bowing branch. I think that adds something to the bird taking flight.
Yeah,
Like
I
like
agree with that.
a bow taking, bow and arrow sort of thing. So it took flight, just a
Oh,
comment.
wow.
I think it anchors the bottom nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right where
Yeah.
he came from also, yeah.
Is that why it's melting?
Maybe, I don't think.
Nice.
Enough to do that.
Wow.
Probably not. Okay, Alan, you're up.
Oh, that's cool, Alan.
Yeah, thanks. This is
Wow.
an ostrich. It's in the Calgary Zoo. But I've just visited the ostrich farm last week with the grandkids, and doesn't look exactly the same as the ones out at the farm. What? The ones out at the farm, there's hundreds. Have you ever been there? There's hundreds of them.
What the John Wayne thing?
The ostrich farm. It's out at
Mr. Cockburn.
Apache,
Yeah, Rooster Cogburn. Yeah. Is that the one you're talking about?
Apache Peak.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's well, I wouldn't recommend going to it, but anyway. It's,
Wasn't worth the ticket.
not for me. It's not my.
Oh,
Grandkids probably liked it though.
Oh, they loved it.
Oh,
But-
I'm sure. Yeah.
But these ostrich, man, these are very aggressive birds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get too close to them.
No, we had some
They-
chasing us in
They
Africa.
would be nothing left of you if there were no fence here.
really?
It's like piranhas. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, this is Calgary, so I love the feathers and the eyes and stuff. So I thought
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Very nice.
that was
Yeah,
pretty
he
nice.
almost looks like he's a sweet person, which we know otherwise.
Don't get
And that-
too close. Yeah.
That nice contrast of the gray with the white feathers.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the next one was sorry. Oh, yeah, this one I was out for a walk. This is up in Calgary. I was out for a walk and these swans came flying by, landing and the ice, there was ice on the water, so they were actually landing on ice.
Wow.
But yeah, I like this because it's not normal. It's not very often you get them at eye level, right? So it's pretty happy at that.
So
That's
Alan,
nice.
when they land on ice, do they skate on their feet or
Yeah, they
land
do.
on their bellies?
No, on their feet. They're on their feet. Yeah.
They skate.
Yeah, I mean, they still break, but yeah, they're beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful birds.
Yeah,
I just love the texture and the wings in this, and the light from the, because it was it was a morning sun, right? So
yeah, you're getting some warmth on his neck and
yeah,
coolness in the shadows. Yeah, very nice.
thank you. I was pretty lucky to get the cat
Ooh, look
in
at
the
that.
ground still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is another one of my impressionists of Paris. So this is actually my wife walking down the.
That's nice.
walking
Nice
down.
piece.
I just love this.
It looks like a painting. It really
It,
does.
yeah, it really does.
Which filter did you use on this one?
This is probably which one was it? That'll come back to me. It wasn't a Van Gogh, but it was one of the impressionist ones. I can't remember which one.
And this was in topaz.
This was in topaz, yeah.
The perspective is awesome too.
Yeah.
Just love
Yeah.
the colors and
Yeah, pastel.
the wet cobble streets and
I did some nice things to that gray sky.
Mhm.
I darkened that sky just a little bit because it was just a little bit too much, but
Right. Yeah, I figured because I did a lot of shooting like this, and once you expose for the buildings, the sky just blows out.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
darkened that down a bit, yeah.
It's a constant problem with these kind of scenes. Nice, good solution.
Thank you.
Wow, look at this.
This is Tower Bridge in London, as
Yeah.
probably all, but this is actually taken during the afternoon. So I really wanted to take some of these shots at night, and so I just kind of messed around with it and got it the way I thought it looked pretty good. So it looks like a good night shot. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Great mood in it.
Yeah.
Mood.
Almost looks like the moon in fog or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
yeah, it's in about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. No, maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. Nice.
and that's the sun, of course. So yeah,
That's the sun setting, not the moon rising.
that's right. This is a very long exposure. So like a 30-second exposure. It's on a little place in Scotland called Dunure. And yeah, just sun was on the rocks and yeah, just like the way it came out.
Mm-hmm. Nice. See, do we have another one? Nope. That's
If
it.
you had a 30-second exposure, how much did you have to burn down the lighting and
Well,
everything?
I had a 10 a number 10 UV filter, or not UV filter, number 10 filter on it there, so it blackened it down pretty good. So
Okay.
It's the only way to do those. Yeah, take
Yeah.
your ISO all the way to the lowest setting and
yeah,
start putting the NDs in.
Okay.
You know.
but it flattens that water out like amazing. So
Yeah. Nice.
thank you.
Change the sky on this one.
No, I did not change the sky. No.
I'm seeing a little edging going on here. Did you sharpen it?
I might have changed the color in the rock a wee bit to bring the rock up a bit.
Yeah.
Like,
There's something going on with the mask here. It's just
okay.
leaking a little bit. See those little halos there? Yeah. Somewhere I just saw a video on that. If I can find it, I'll bring it in. So
Oh, I see where you're.
a way to
coming
solve
from.
that problem. It's pretty easy. I think what you do is you just select.
Got to soften the edge on it, like in Photoshop, or
No, there's a way to do it with masks, either in Camera Raw or Lightroom, or you can just paint it in, but there's a trick to it, and I can't remember it offhand, but I'll see if I can find it, because yeah, that's something that it gets to be a problem a lot of times when you start doing any kind of local corrections.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's nice.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah. So who we got left here? Dave, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. The two Daves. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Sandy, can we start with Ratfink,
Red.
please?
Oh, my favorite heroes
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
Um, and then if you could you move it over? Because the panel of viewers is, sorry to be telling you what to do.
No,
Um,
I'm just not sure what you mean.
well, on my screen, the panel of viewers is over the photograph.
Oh,
Yeah, well, his screen.
all right here.
Oh,
Is it on yours, Alan? Is it?
No, no, it's
Oh,
perfect.
no?
no,
Okay, well,
no. Yeah, you guys are way over. Yeah, I'll move you over as far as I can.
okay.
Probably his screen.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, this is Ratfink. Does everyone remember Ratfink?
No, never heard
No,
of
okay, well, he was everywhere when we were growing up, and
Hot rod.
it's
art.
yeah, hot rod craze. It was a
Didn't go-
cartoon
Yeah.
character developed by Ed Big Daddy Roth, and he licensed it for everything: trinkets, t-shirts, sculptures, toys. And you don't see him much. He was everywhere when I was growing up, and now you don't see him much. So when I spotted Ratfink in Lake Havasu, jumped out of the car and took a few shots. This was in front of an automotive store.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, right. He was king of the hot rod era.
Yeah.
And
I
so
love
I made a triplicate portrait. Comment?
surfer wannabes. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're welcome to make West Michigan.
yeah.
No surfers.
Yeah. Yeah, you
And
a lot of it in Florida. Yeah.
yeah, so the only thing I would mention, I'm doing experimental works, making combination photographs. And on this one, I did a triplicate.
Mhm.
And the only thing I'll mention is the chains around his feet are not part of the character. That's just theft prevention.
Yeah.
And the other weird element is the rat tail. So this was a really fun automotive store. They also had an alien invasion going on the roof with a flying saucer landed and all kind of aliens. So it was really neat.
Yeah.
Thought I'd put that in for a little fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
There was a barber shop we saw in Japan that had all the Transformers. Big ones, I mean, 6, 10, 12 feet all around.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I'll dig that up, see if I can find it. Where you want to go next, Dave?
Let's do hanging around, the one down at the bottom.
Here?
Yeah. So Sandy, I resubmitted this picture to you that we discussed it in the last session,
Mhm.
and I added a subject to it. And I think it's much more interesting. I trimmed off the problem areas that we were talking about, cropped it left and right, and added on this cowboy. I think it's much more interesting. I call it waiting around.
Yeah,
What do you think, Sandy?
yeah, I agree. I think that
Yeah.
was much better.
Mm-hmm.
What was
So,
it?
I reworked an image. I wasn't satisfied with it. I took the comments that you made and added on to it. So I'm doing, for people who didn't hear me last week, I'm doing experimental work with composite imagery and then running it through a program.
So you added this cowboy to this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's two images.
Yes.
Okay.
And, on the fine art thing, there's incongruous junctures between the two images, and I don't mind that. It's okay because we're looking through it in a fine art lens.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to make it make sense. It's just visual playfulness, I think.
Mhm.
What do you think, Alan?
I like it.
Okay, good. It's important you like it.
I like the sepia like look to it as well. So
Yeah.
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 To me, if you had a little more air between these, I don't know if you have any more of this image.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, maybe you
Both
could
of them,
just get move this one to the right a little bit and
a little more air.
and get more of this shot in there. Or
The pinstripe bothers you right there.
yeah, the pinstripe and also the tangents between these two big objects here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The shadows and the clothing and stuff like that came out pretty good, I think, against the post. Or is that
Yeah.
post that post is part of the cowboy shot?
Yeah, he's leaning on the post. He's one of the street reenactors in Tombstone,
Okay.
and they wait around and hawk up saloon shows and
Oh,
get people to come in to see the shootouts.
Mm.
I like
These guys are everywhere in Tombstone.
Oh, okay.
Really neat. And then this staircase is at the Birdcage Theater.
Mm.
You should go to that Mescal shoot that they're having.
Yeah, the
Right.
camera club goes there.
Right.
There's one coming up. You should go to it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
added another one, because I know there was one last week.
Yeah.
Is that the same as the Gammons Gulch trip?
No.
No.
It's a different trip.
Yeah.
Mezcal Studio. Okay.
Right. So should we go to the top next or?
We could do Mark Twain. Mark Twain would be a good one. Okay, folks, back in the gold country, this is a portrait of Mark Twain in a window display in Angels Camp. Mark Twain made a big splash in Angels Camp. A few doors down from where this image was taken is the Angels Hotel, where Mark Twain overheard the bartender telling a whopping tale about jumping frogs and the jumping frog contest. And it was so interesting, he wrote his famous book, The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County. So this is a composite image. I added some Victorian architectural designs on the sides, and there was a surprise chance of a car driving through right at the moment I snapped the picture, added a little extra red and some shape. So anyways, I thought I'd say in a nutshell, The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County is a book that pokes fun at a little bit of the good-natured people at the time, but also speaks of the fraud and connivance that was going on. Yeah, I'll tell this story real quick. And so the book delves into some of the pitfalls that the miners would get into with these con men. And there was a guy named Smiley who was going around town, and he would profess that his frog could jump a long way, and he wanted people to take him up on bets on a jumping frog contest. So what happened is a couple of city slickers on the hustle came into town and took him up on his bet. And on the day that they set up for the frog jumping contest, they distracted Smiley. Oh, by the way, he named his frog Daniel Webster. So his frog had a name. So they distracted Smiley and they filled his frog full of buckshot. So it could not jump at all. It couldn't get off the starting point. So he lost the bet. He was taken in his own game. And so that's what the story is about this celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras County.
So the poor frog had to pass all that buckshot or he die of lead poisoning?
That's what I.
Probably, yeah. He probably died from it. But what a story. They filled his frog with buckshot.
Rude.
So Mark Twain, he wrote that story. Mark Twain made a big splash in Angels Camp. There's his images emblazoned all over town. This is a large bust. There's sculptures and murals and everything about Mark Twain.
Interesting. It's interesting that the effect kind of stops here and didn't continue up like it usually does.
Sandy, good eye. This is one of the superimposition pictures.
Oh, so you brought it back. I got you.
Yes,
Yeah.
because the program I'm using makes monsters faces. and I didn't like the face.
Ah,
So
okay.
I rolled back in the original face, and he has little glittering gold in his hair. That's why you're seeing that. It is a rectangle superimposed on the image.
Mhm. Yeah, if you had the ability to maybe make it a little more high key and toward the monotones more than the warmth, maybe toward the grays,
Mhm.
I think it might be a
Try
little
and blend it in better.
coherent. And I don't know about the blending, but it might be a little more coherent and cohesive to what you're trying to do. Of course, you'd have to learn editing a little more, but
Mhm. I still don't have those programs.
yeah, I mean, just a quick, for instance, if let's just see if we can. Oh, well, see if my brush works. No, it doesn't. All right, I would probably pick a curve or levels or something and give it a lot of contrast. Let's play with curves.
Mhm.
Now, we're just gonna look at this area because we're gonna mask it later, but basically I'm gonna take it
Mm,
real contrasty.
that changed it already.
Yeah, okay,
Blended it better.
yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the mask and I'm gonna invert it black, and then I'm gonna take a brush and I'm gonna change the foreground color to white and get a little bigger brush here. I'm just gonna paint it in where I want it.
Wow.
Okay. And then the next thing I would probably
Look at
do
that. Looks
is
real.
maybe we can just add a black and white on that.
Oh, that's what you were heading for, a more monotone.
Yeah. Um, let's just see something here. Yeah, I think I convert it first and then put the curve on top. So you see if you go the other way, it gets kind of flat. I think it's better that way.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now you get the
Yeah.
ability to adjust this as well. And it's based on the colors in the image. So basically the reds and the yellows are probably gonna work the most. The blues and magentas and greens aren't there, so they're not gonna do much, but these two primary channels will give you the ability to tweak it a little more. So I think that looks a little better
Yeah.
in the composition, if you want to play with it like that. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
sure.
Interesting.
Right. So, all right. Where do I want to go next?
There's two more. Oh, you can do the blacksmith.
Okay.
Okay, folks, this is a composite image up in Coloma Gold Rush State Park. There was a blacksmith doing a demonstration, really nice man. We spoke with him. And so he started hammering away, and I took lots of pictures. And he was creating something. And after it was all over, and he kept reheating the iron, pounding it, sticking it in this water and back and forth. He wound up making a flower, which he presented to my wife. So he was a wonderful old guy. And so I did this composite image, which shows you his environment and the background. And I rendered it through the Be Funky graphic novel. I love this. I think this turned out neat. I don't mind the incongruous junctures here, Sandy. I'm thinking art. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I
No,
kind of have a pop art flair, folks. I don't mind if things are not completely in order. And then what's fun is my wife discovered in the background there's even a bedroom. So if he got tired, he could go take a rest. So I like the way this all came together with the rendering and the subdued colors and whatnot. Any comment? Anybody like it? I like this one.
I like this. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Comes out,
It is nice.
close.
Yeah, and the warmth in his face,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
The only
And
thing,
there's, you can see a little motion of the hammering, right? Sandy there with the motion blur.
yeah. The only thing, again, when you're cropping these is this tangency, you tend to touch things, maybe just.
Is it too close?
Yeah, just a little more air there, I think would make it
Okay.
work out a little better.
Uh,
Not not like you have over here, but I mean, just a little bit, maybe move it over,
a little more air.
yeah, just so it doesn't touch that edge.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah. Yes.
all right, what's next? I think we got one left,
We
right?
got one more, and this is another experimental composite imagery. I call this one the red scarf.
Hmm.
And I went through some of my old files and plucked out some portraits. And then I combined the outer decorations and I inverted, it's the exact same picture, inverted. The shadows created kind of a pyramid effect, which I thought focused in on her face. And, the program rendered this rather startling. She's got Spock ears and a long chin. Long chin, I meant to say. But I'm exploring new things with the digital alteration program. So
Yeah, I'm liking this. Now,
What's that called, Dave?
it's called Be Funky. It's available online, befunky.com. It's up. My wife has it up in the cloud. And I think we pay a little bit to use the program per year.
now those glass windows on the left and right, those were in the original shot.
No, Sandy, this is completely composite.
Yeah,
And 1 inch, you were mentioning how tight I make some of the connections, the junctures. On this one, on the right side, you can see her arm, and then on the left side, I slide the image over. So it has that 3D effect a little bit, like she's coming out.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right? Is
Yeah.
that what you were seeing?
Yeah, that's working on this one.
Yeah, you have a great eye, Sandy. Those images, Sandy, they're not glass. That's the downtown Fox Theater. They're tile
yeah,
pillars,
there you go.
and they
Well,
were very
that's
colorful.
to know where from. Yeah, that's great. And
Yeah,
they almost look like leaded glass.
yeah.
But now that you mention it, yeah, it's grout.
This program pulls the color out.
Yeah.
Like the reason I called it red scarf is it was a blazing red scarf, blazing red hair. The tiles at the Fox Theater are blazing turquoise and green and orange and red. And this program pulls the color out and it renders it into this sort of magical image, kind of.
Yeah, I like what's going on with her chin. I don't know if you wanted to make it a little more realistic, you could just clone that little point off the top of
Yeah,
it.
with
Right there. Yeah.
an eraser.
Yeah.
Because it's got Spock ears, right?
Right. Yeah, and then you'd be there.
Are those glasses up on the top of her head? Or?
Yeah.
Glasses, and for some reason she's wearing a pair of scissors around
Oh
her
yeah.
neck.
Yeah, you can barely see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're right. Yeah, it almost look like part of the like part of the pattern.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, keep it up. You're
Thank you. Yeah, I'm exploring new things, Sandy, with
I
the
have something here.
That's pretty cool, Dave. I like it.
thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. And thanks for your patience. Sometimes I get long-winded on explaining some pictures.
Okay. And Dave, again.
Wow.
I think I know where that is. Is that in Mount Lemon?
Where is this?
Is that Mount Lemon?
No. He says it's White Mountain
Oh, okay. Look, I think I had one very similar to that. I put Mount Lemons.
California, Wyoming border.
Oh, it's near the California, Wyoming border. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
California, Wyoming.
10,000 feet.
yeah. It's got to be up there to get the bristle cones. Yeah, yeah.
So,
When I was a kid, my dad would look for these all over the West whenever we take a vacation. That's kind of where I got into photography, was, going on trips with them.
just so grotesque, everything up there.
Oh, yeah, it's just twisted and weathered to death. It's great.
But it makes for cool stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. And of course, you have the sky and the warmth of the wood. Nice.
That would be interesting in black and white also.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could push that.
Would really be cool. in black and
Rendered that way too.
Yeah,
I recognize these trees. I think some famous photographers have been there. And they do the black and white.
oh, yeah.
What are they called? Bristle cone or bristle?
Bristle cone, yeah.
Bristle cone.
Yeah.
And they're like 200 years old.
Something,
4,000.
thousands, yeah.
2000.
4,000.
4,000, yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they're pretty darn old.
Long lived, slow growing.
Wow.
Now, this is western Montana, an old railroad bridge
Mhm.
near the Clark Fork River where I was camped. At sundown, I just took a picture of it.
Nice.
That's nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Is that still functioning as a train bridge?
No, the tracks are still up there, but no, it's abandoned.
Uh-huh.
In fact, well, maybe the next picture you can see it has 2 rails on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It functioned at one time as a regular gauge.
And a narrow gauge, yeah, yeah. Nice.
nice.
But as you get down the road, it just disappears.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to walk across that bridge?
I walked across it, yeah.
I like this because you're just drawn right into it.
Yeah, the perspective's nice, and the fact that there's 2 sets of rails is.
There's
I don't think I've ever seen two
Yeah.
sets of rails before.
there's a white spot in the sky, and that's actually the moon, but since this was a wide angle, I was wondering if I should just
Mhm.
take it out, maybe it's annoying.
Oh, I don't know.
Because your eye, it goes along with you just being drawn right.
Oh, yeah, it's not blown out. I'd leave it in there. Yeah, no, it looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely leave it in there.
Okay,
Wow, nice.
this is in San Diego, I stayed at a hotel, they had some nice flowers around the place, so I went out and snapped a few photos. I've never seen a bird of paradise before.
Oh,
They're great.
Yeah.
it's my favorite flower, bird of paradise.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I put this in topaz, one of the filters called
Nice.
Lily's Georgia. Really
Gorgeous color.
Yeah. Very nice.
Years ago, when I was working on, that time was the quantographic paint box. It was like a supercomputer with a paint program. I was doing an interview in Pasadena, and I almost moved there because in the middle of the roadway on the dividers, they have birds of paradise and all these exotic plants growing. It was just like being in paradise somewhere. It was
Yeah.
They're
amazing.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Southern California.
yeah, just amazing. Yeah, really beautiful.
That's a gorgeous picture. Oh, another
Yeah,
one.
that's very nice.
This
Yeah.
one
I like this one better. I like this. Very
Mm,
Yep.
took the background
looks
exposed.
like flames coming out of the flower.
Yeah, this was a little more dramatic
Mhm.
and isolated because you don't have a background
Right.
competing. Very nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. That works out
Beautiful
well.
colors.
Really nice.
Nice work.
Good composition too.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing those in.
Thank you.
Now, let's see, is that everybody? I know Jim Bowman emailed me. He's gonna come next time, so I'll just keep his images in Wendell too. I think that's it. I can show you some stuff of mine. Real quick.
Sandy,
Yeah,
when he had that moon picture, it reminded me, was there some kind of meteor shower that you were gonna photograph?
Oh, that was last week. Yeah, Wednesday through Friday. You know,
Did you
I
get
went out
anything?
there. No, I was standing out there, and after about 15, 20 minutes, I was freezing. I didn't see one.
You said, forget it.
I did that 3 nights in a row. I said, nah.
Not
You
where,
were
Did you
free?
see anything falling out?
No, usually you do. This time I did not. Although I heard they really started taking off at 4 a.m. Of course, I was sleeping by then.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I set my alarm for 2 a.m. and got up, and after about 20 minutes, it's like, okay.
It was cold.
Yeah,
It was really cold. Yeah. In fact, Joyce said the same thing. She says, you know, it just didn't happen. I had this one last week. I don't remember if I showed it or not.
You did. That was fantastic shot.
Okay, because I think,
Yeah.
I read
That's
it.
fabulous. So Japanese.
Yeah. So continuing with that,
Yeah.
a couple at one of the castles at the gate. People are
Nice.
very,
What castle? What?
oh, I don't know. We hit about 20 of them. I'd have to look on the geotags to see, but I really don't remember which one this one was. But yeah, every warlord had a castle, you know, and the shogun.
Sure.
You know.
No, were these people employees or were they?
No, you could rent kimonos and men's costumes. Yeah, men's clothes.
How did,
A lot of people
did you
do.
try that? Did
And
you
then-
try that, Sandy?
No, I did not. And I didn't take the wooden sandals either. Tough. I used them a few times in bathrooms, but yeah, of course, you know, you come out of your socks or your other sandals to go into the bathrooms there and wear their special shoes that are for the bathroom only. And a lot of times they were wooden and they had like the little planks to raise them up in case the floor was wet.
Mm.
It was kind of cool, but
Now, Sandy, this is the first one I noticed with your signature on it.
oh yeah, I started putting marks on them now.
Are, I'm curious, do you work for a travel magazine or
No, a lot of times I'll put stuff up in stock.
Magnum Photos or something?
No, a lot of times I'll put things in stock and various magazines or travel agencies will pick it up. But I'm still editing these. But yeah, at some point I will. Let's go to the next one here.
Oh,
Wow.
This little guy was great. He's waving a big flag banner. That's probably about
Serious about it.
oh,
very serious about it. Yeah. He's got kind of a shaved side of his head. And, yeah. Very determined to get
the
that thing
look
around.
on his face. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's great.
Nice.
No, this is just a worker having a break for lunch, and I don't know. I guess if you sit this way most of your life, you can do it, but there's no way I can bend my knees like that.
Oh, I couldn't get up and down.
Up and down, I don't think you can bend them that far. He's just, yeah, he just
That's the key, is
sat
getting-
there having lunch, no big deal. And that little chain link ordeal is like a drain guidance system. It comes off the gutter and then it guides the water down into a drain. You see that quite often.
Mhm.
The buildings there.
Nice composition here with the verticals, horizontal.
I like the red in the corner there.
Uh-huh.
Cord, yeah.
And then you get to see inside a little bit, the vase that's inside the house.
Yeah, just enough to let you know there's things in there and he's working on it.
Yeah, nice piece.
Oh, thanks.
Now, Sandy, are these straight shots or are you running them through some kind of program?
I run them through Lightroom and then sometimes I'll take them into Luminar AI just to spice them up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
This is a shopkeeper, obviously, trying to get us to come in.
Right this way, so.
Yeah.
Sandy, you have a nice way of getting close to your subjects, which is hard to do.
It is.
You've
sometimes-
learned how to,
Sometimes they're willing, sometimes there's not. Yeah, but I've always gone with the premise that they can always say no. I
Yeah, but
only had
obviously you set
maybe-
them at ease, you know?
I only had two women, at different, each in different cities that were just downright, crazy that I would even think of taking their picture. It was like, you're stalking me,
Yeah,
And they've got rented kimonos on and everything else. What would they expect? But
yeah,
I don't know. But everybody else would turn around and they,
Crazy American.
yeah, right. They wanted their picture taken, which was nice because I've been to a lot of countries where they think you're stealing their soul and there's no
Yeah.
way to take their picture. Yeah.
people are very scared of everything, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty, I'm certainly uncomfortable about taking photos of people outside.
Me too, Alan. I'm
Yeah,
scared
it's
to,
like- yeah, it's a thing you have to get over with. It's almost like public speaking, you're confronting strangers and, yeah.
Yeah. I did it quite a bit last year, that Day of the Dead thing that we did, that was a year ago,
Uh-huh.
that people were all dressed up and they wanted photographs taken.
Exactly. If they're
Yeah.
willing participants, it's
yeah,
easy. So you can get your practice on that and hone your skill of shooting fast. Because a lot of times I'll shoot and ask later, so by the time they realize I'm shooting them, I've already got 3 or 4 in the can, so,
right.
yeah.
Sandy, this is an excellent portrait.
Oh, thanks.
Wow. Really a lot going on. It's beautiful. So clear.
Yeah. It's nice flat light. A lot of times it was either overcast or raining, so made the most of it. The nice thing about flat light, you don't have a lot of contrast and the colors just pop. So
Sandy,
before you
this is reminding me, I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. Was it Frank Kappa on Normandy Beach, Omaha Beach on D-Day? Was that Frank Kappa?
I believe so.
So I recall his quote was, if your picture, it didn't turn out good, you're not close enough.
Oh, okay.
Remember that famous quote?
Yeah.
And Sandy, you are close. You are close. You get close.
Yeah.
And it really pays off. It's
Thanks.
beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go in those paralyzing events.
You're not going to land on Omaha Beach.
No, no. My dad didn't talk about it for 40 years, so it must have been horrible.
Was your dad on Omaha Beach?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, wow, Sandy.
Yeah, he was a medic.
Did he make it through the,
Oh, yeah.
he was a medic. He saved lives.
Yeah, yeah,
Didn't talk about it for 40 years.
yeah,
Well, that was the same father-in-law.
yeah. Most of them didn't. His friends either.
Nice.
I like this one, very nice.
No,
The
thanks.
colors are amazing, aren't they? Just
Yeah, they are. They are. Now I'm looking at it, I think maybe I ought to tone this white down a little bit.
Yeah.
More, I did, but I just think it could go down a little more.
Okay, guys, I gotta run. Have a
All
good
Hi,
right.
Paula.
holiday.
Nice to see you.
Yeah,
Have a nice
bye-bye.
Keep on
holiday.
shooting.
All right, same
Okay.
to you folks.
see you
Bye-bye.
later. Bye.
Oh, this is another festival goer. I really like
Nice.
the eye makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the eye.
yeah.
Enough color there, but yet it's not, she hasn't overdone it.
Right. Yeah.
Sandy, it appears it was a gray day, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah. Because you don't have light beaming off their faces and whatnot.
Yeah. Now, what I did on this one is I darkened the background slightly to get her to pop. And then he was very, very bright. So I desaturated him a bit so it didn't compete with her.
Right. That's nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's just.
Wow. They have all these hair ornaments that are so cool.
I've got a number of these.
Well,
I like these back of the head shots. They're
well,
I like doing that as well. Yeah.
no,
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
that's what's amazing.
Yeah.
She's on her cell phone.
Yeah. it was
Everybody's
match
on their
with the
cell phone.
kimono.
Everywhere you look, everyone's on their cell phone.
Oh,
The disease.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay. Let's see, was there any more? No. By the way, I've got a show coming up at Desert Hills in January.
Oh,
Just bring this up. So, you guys are all invited. We're gonna have a open house, on Friday the 5th. I'm gonna hang it on the 2nd, and, from the 3rd till the end of the month, it'll be up. So,
I'll be there. When's the opening?
on the 5th of January, it's a Friday from 5 to 7, and we'll have some.
Right up here on Camino del Sol.
Yeah, yeah, right in the lobby there by the auditorium in Desert Hills, so, yeah, so.
Desert Hills. Okay.
Join us, yeah, that'd be great. This one's gonna be mostly my landscape stuff, and
So where do you find the time to do all this?
I don't know, I'm leaning more to the fine art stuff and trying to get more shows, and working that direction, rather than just having this stuff sit on my computer, so.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, let me kill the recording here, and
Thank you, Sandy.
Yeah.
you're welcome. Yeah, hang on one second.